If the bass player's going root 5 and you go up to the root like that, okay, that's still, within that chord, so it's going to sound okay. Anyway, let me play it some more. And you should also ghost those notes in the left hand, right here. So notice I'm not really laying into that A flat, B flat. Work on that, getting that groove in there, okay? Just really work on laying into that groove along with the bass and the drums. I'll play it a few more times for you. 2, 3, 4. Again, just try getting that first part. Make sure you're not rushing that left hand or the right hand. So, don't rush into it. Really try and lay back. Chances are you're probably more likely to rush than to drag, right? So if you feel that it's off, try laying back a little bit more. Now, if you happen to be playing with the bass player and you don't want to do this left-hand part, you can just, that's okay, doing that octave part, but maybe you don't want to do that because the bass player might start to change. So you can just simply do, just play the root down here. Okay, so you see it's the same chord up here, I'm just adding the root in the left hand. So I have root 7 in the left hand, G, F, and then B, and then E flat in the right hand. And then when I go up to the A flat, I could do that, play the A flat in the left hand and the G in the left hand, or I could play the same chord that I was playing in the right hand and just do the A flat in the left hand, and if I want to, add on the 5th. When I go to the B flat, same thing, I can just add the root in the left hand. And you hear how it kind of gives a little bit more space. Okay, so anyway, really work on that A section. Get that groove down very well. I have it written down that you can go through this 4 times. Of course, you know that you could actually do this as many times as you want. You don't have to be limited by the arrangement here. So you can, if you wanted to just groove on that A section for, I don't know, 8 times, 16 times, as much as you want, and then move into that B section. Typically, when you're grooving on a section, you groove in even measures. So you wouldn't go through this 5 times. You would most likely go through it, it's a 2-measure phrase, okay? So if you went through it 4 times, well, that's 8 measures. If you went through it 5 times, that would be 10 measures. Kind of a little bit weird. Doesn't mean you can't do it, and doesn't mean that it's not cool when you do it. Sometimes that's a nice little trick to kind of throw the listener off a little bit. But if we're talking about just the general length of a groove, it's usually going to be in even numbers. Usually. Underline usually, okay? It doesn't have to always be that way, so you could always use your ears. But for the most part, if you want something that most people are going to understand and be like, oh yeah, that sounds right, even numbers. All right, so see you in the next chapter.